everyone. Welcome to Room 217 News, your place to find out everything that's going on in our school and in our virtual classroom this week. This week, students are going to be taking the iReady Diagnostic, the math portion of it. So I did want to give you a few tips on how to make this a more successful experience for both your child and for me as a teacher. This is going to be our beginning of the year data, so it's super important that we know what your child knows. So as tempting as it may be to want to sit next to them and give them little hints and give them a little bit of help, please try your best to allow your child to do what they need to do on this test. It's vital for our beginning of the year data that we get valid information and valid test results even at home. So even though it may be tempting to say, hey, maybe it's not B, we really want to refrain from that just so that we get the most accurate data. Please know that the iReady Diagnostic is an assessment that will change based on the needs of your child. So the questions may be difficult and they may not know them, and that's okay. The test then will give easier, simpler questions, simpler standards for your child to work on. So know that it's a changing test with how your child performs, and that it's okay if your child doesn't know everything on the test. This is the beginning of the year diagnostic. There's going to be some things asked on the test that you don't see, that we're not going to teach until the end. So it is completely okay if your child doesn't know how to do something, and it's okay if they get it wrong, and the test will adjust to their needs. Please emphasize with your child to think before they click the answer before they begin. That this is not a test that we should just click through really quick to try to get it through, that we really want them to take their time, think about the questions, think about the answers before they click an answer. Please also try to create a space that's quiet, comfortable, and focused where your child can take the test and the assessment, where they will succeed and be the most successful that they can on the test. Instead of helping your child, maybe support your child with some testing stems rather than just giving them the answers by thinking before you click, and then maybe just encouraging them, try not to worry about the answers. It's okay. This is just to see where you're at. If they don't know, make sure that your child gets a good night's sleep before the assessment. The assessment will be on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of this week in 20-minute intervals. So what we're going to ask you to do is start the test on Tuesday and set a timer for 20 minutes. And once those 20 minutes are over, we would like you to stop for the day. And then always at the end, every time we take an assessment, take a test, especially one of these big benchmark tests, we always celebrate it being over, celebrating their success through the assessment. So be sure to include that in your daily routine this week on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, just celebrating all the hard work that your child has done. Once again, it is an adapted assessment. It will adapt to the needs of your child. Please let me know if you have any questions with the iReady Diagnostic. Again, I can't stress enough that it's super important that you let your child try their best, as tempting as it may be to help. Just encourage them to do their best and to try their hardest. Moving on to the next topic in this newscast. Sorry to spend so much time on that. There is a doodle sign up for beginning of the year check-ins this week. And this is kind of going to be a dual purpose. The main reason is I just want to check with you, the families of my class, one-on-one, to see how it's going, see what you think about what's being put out on Google Classroom, and see what I can do as an educator to better fit you and better make it a better experience for you being online. So please take a look at the doodle. The link is attached to the dojo message. Take a look at the doodle. Sign up for a time that you're available to meet with me for a short, they're 30-minute time spots, but we don't have to talk for 30 minutes. Also, during those times, I am going to ask that your child be available so that we can do a quick reading with them so that I can hear them read and take some notes and to really see how I can better serve your child this year online. So that's in the doodle. It's just a beginning of the year check-in. I just want to see how everything's going. So please try to sign up for a time this week. If there are no times in the doodle that work for you, please don't worry. I'll be glad to arrange any time that does work for you. You just have to reach out to me and say, hey, nothing works. Everyone is doing phenomenal in Google Classroom. Man, it's so great. Everybody's doing their work. Everybody's trying their best. I just want to give a huge shout out to all the students in my class for doing so well, and then all the parents for being such great support for the students during this online learning time. Well, I'm sure that if your student is watching, they're like, Mr. Todd has talked for 5 minutes and hasn't mentioned anything about Superhero of the Week. Well, I am about to announce the next Superhero of the Week. Parker was this past week's Superhero of the Week, and the sun was in his yard. He was our class DJ for the morning meeting. He's had a lot of fun, I assume, being Superhero of the Week. But without further ado, we're going to head on over to the wheel and see who this week's Superhero of the Week is. Congratulations to the unicorn, and the unicorn is Brinley. Brinley has done such a great job on Google Classroom, on Flipgrid. She's gone above and beyond to make sure that her assignments are done and are correct. She has done a fantastic job in our distant learning time so far, and I'm so happy that she is this week's Superhero of the Week. Remember, to be Superhero of the Week, you need to try to get as much done on Google Classroom as you can. Try to attend as many Zoom meetings as you can, and then Mr. Todd will spin the wheel, and then you will be selected randomly for that. Again, congratulations to Brinley. Congratulations to everyone. We made it through 2 whole weeks of distant learning, and everyone is doing a phenomenal job. That's why everybody's name is on the wheel for Superhero of the Week. Friends, have a phenomenal week. I'm looking forward to seeing you at our 9 a.m. Zoom. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to reach out to me. If not, we'll see you right back here next week for another episode of Room 217 News.